This is 10 Eyewitness News, first at 5, with Georgina Lewis and Lachlan Kennedy.
Good evening. After months of mounting pressure, the state's Transport Minister has resigned from Cabinet over the Queensland Rail fiasco.
He quit before this afternoon's release of the long-awaited report into the rail shortage debacle, which is set to plague commuters for at least another 2 years. Tegan George reports.
The Premier derailed just 2 hours before publicly releasing the scathing report into Queensland's rail fail. Her Transport Minister Stirling Hinchliffe suddenly pulling the pin on his cabinet career.
It has taken a personal toll on him and his family. These are tough jobs and family must come first.
In a statement, the Sandgate MP called the problems at Queensland Rail some of the most challenging and at times frustrating issues I have needed to manage. I know that they have been a distraction for the government's core task of delivering jobs. The inquiry found he was at no fault for the colossal timetable stuff-up, which saw hundreds of train services cancelled from October last year.
The two responsible ministers were not properly briefed in sufficient time to take any action.
Clearly, Stirling Hinchliffe failed to ask the right questions, and that is why he's had to admit he's not up to the job.
Commissioner Philip Strachan says trouble had been brewing since 2013. It came to a head when the new timetable was brought in last year. There were more services, but union conditions meant driver productivity was down, training was taking longer, and there was also a ban on external recruitment.
I'm just shocked that a business could be run in the way Queensland Rail appears to have been run.
Management also wasn't listening to those on the ground.
I don't think there's any deliberate intent to hide information. We've touched on some cultural issues within the organisation.
Like relying on intuitive decision-making, complacency and a reluctance for sharing bad news. The Premier has appointed Philip Strachan, QR's new chairman, to implement his 36 recommendations.
He has delved into the organisation and he has uncovered issues that had been lying dormant there for years.
But commuters can expect ongoing cancellations over the next 2 years. The government's trying to recruit 200 new drivers, but only 15 have started training and not one has graduated.
There's no quick fix, because a quick fix then starts to unwind again.
A return to the full timetable won't be until at least late next year.
And 10 State political reporter Tegan George joins us now. Tegan, any word yet on who will replace Stirling Hinchliffe?
Well, George, it is still very early days, but Logan MP Linus Powell's name is already starting to be thrown around. In the meantime, Deputy Premier Jackie Trad will look after transport, while Treasurer and Sports Minister Curtis Pitt will take on the Commonwealth Games. Now, Stirling Hinchliffe will stay on as Leader of the House. He's also said he still plans to recontest the next election. Whoever his replacement is, though, has a lot of reading ahead of them, starting with this monstrous report. There is absolutely no doubt this is a big ask and a big job, especially as we start an election year. Georgie.
Thank you, Tegan George, reporting live there from State Parliament.